Right. Shalom, shalom to everybody online. Welcome to the Hebrew Chosen Elect, Wilmington, Delaware, first Wednesday night class. This is our first class for our new Wednesday nights to go along with our Shabbat classes every Shabbat. Um, Before I get started, I want to give all praise, glory, honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Mashiach, Yahweh Shai. Uh, that's Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father in the ancient Hebrew, and Yahweh Shai being the true name of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ. Uh, Once again, shalom, shalom to everybody online. This week, for our first class, we're going to be going into the book of Acts, chapter 10 breakdown. In-depth breakdown of Acts chapter 10, going into did the Most High okay the eating of unclean foods with his coming to see Peter and his vision. I know the pastors love to use Acts chapter 10 to deceive the people into thinking that you guys can just eat whatever food you want, pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, because see, book Acts chapter 10, the Most High, see, he made all clean, all foods clean. That's not what it's going into. That's not what it's doing. And we're going to prove that. So we're going to in-depth break that down. We're also going to break down who is Cornelius, the Christian pastors. And Esau also likes to lie and say that, see, this is Cornelius. He's a Gentile. And Yahweh Shai is opening up the gates to the Gentiles because he opened up salvation to Cornelius, who's a Gentile. So we're going to go into that, break that down, showing that Cornelius is not a natural Gentile, that he is an Israelite being called a Gentile. And we're going to break this down, prove it through the Bible, precept upon precept, line upon line, and continue to tear down all the lies that Christianity in the world has taught us. And, Most High willing, help bring you guys out of the slumber you've been in through Christianity if you tune in, right? And also to everybody that's already in the knowledge, Most High willing, you take good notes. You can eat pork, you can eat shrimp, crab, lobster when you get together at the family events. This class is going to break down the lies to those that's new tuning in. And if you're already in the truth, make sure you're taking down these notes so that you're able to, utilize this sword that the Most High gave us, being the Holy Bible, and break down these lies and cut these doctrines up to pieces. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and get straight into it. In the book of Acts chapter 10, just let me share my screen so that I can pull the scriptures up as we go. Let me get off of this. And so also while I pull this up, if you'd like to come out to physically be in class, if you can reach out, we can get you the address. The times are going to be now 7:30 to 9:30 every Wednesday. And, even our Shabbat class, if you'd like to come out and physically be in class, reach out and we can get you the address to come be a part of the class and fellowship in person. But if not, you don't have means or you're not quite ready, continue to watch online, get this edification, continue to build yourself up in the spirit, and learn this Bible and get in line with the Most High, so that in that day when your house shall come back, you might be one of those that's a part of that salvation and it makes it into the kingdom. But nevertheless, I got it on the screen. We'll go ahead and get started. Acts chapter 10, verse 1, going into Cornelius and can we eat unclean foods? So go ahead.
The book of Acts chapter 10, verse 1. There was a certain man in
Caesarea. There was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius. Okay, go ahead.
A centurion.
A centurion. A centurion. That's like a officer in the military that's over 100 men. That's why it's centurion, represent 100. So he was the officer or a captain over 100 men in the military. Go ahead.
The band called the Italian band.
The band called the Italian band. So we're going to stop right there because this breakdown, we're going to go line by line, point by point. And already we at a point that the Christians, the pastor loves to use, the Edomites love to use verse 1. Cornelius was a centurion in the band called the Italian band. So meaning what? He must be an Italian. That's the thought. Cornelius is an Italian band of the Roman army. He must be an Italian. So ask yourself this. Was there Israelites in Italy during the time of Christ? And to show this, we're going to go to answer this. We're going to go to Acts chapter 18, verse 1 to 2. Nope.
The book of Acts chapter 18, verse 1.
Acts chapter 18, verse 1 to 2.
After these things, Paul departed from Athens and came to Corinth.
He departed from Athens and came to Corinth. Go ahead.
And found a certain Jew.
I didn't even pull it up. Let me pull it up real quick. All right. Go ahead. Came to Corinth.
And found a certain Jew named Aquila, born in Pontus.
He found a certain what?
Jew.
He found a Jew named Aquila while he was in his travels to Corinth. Go ahead.
Born in Pontus, lately come from Italy.
So he was born in Pontus and had lately come from Italy. So this is showing that there was Jews in Italy. Keep going.
With his wife Priscilla.
Because
that Claudius had commanded all Jews to depart from Rome and came unto them.
So see that right there? Aquila and Priscilla were Jews that come from Italy. Why? Because Claudius had commanded all the Jews to depart from Rome. Meaning what? There was a lot of Jews in Italy. Right? For whatever reason, Claudius didn't want them around. He commanded they depart from Rome. But why doesn't matter. This is proof that in Rome, in Italy, there was Jews residing during the time of Christ and during the time of the apostles. All right. So also, let's check out Romans 1:7 before we move on to the next point. to the next verse in Acts 10. So Romans 1:7, New Testament. Huh? New. It's after the book of Acts. The next book is Romans. Uh-huh.
1 verse 7.
So this is Paul's letter to the Romans. Go ahead, read 1:7.
The book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 7. To all that be in Rome.
So he's writing to everybody that be in Rome. He's going to get specific. Go ahead.
Beloved of Yahweh.
Beloved of Yahweh. Baruch 3:36 shows that the Israelites are Yahweh's beloved and
called to be saints.
Called to be saints. Psalms 147 or Psalms 148:14 lets you know that the saints are the Israelites. Psalms 50:5 as well. Go ahead.
Grace to you and peace from Yahweh our Father and Yahweh and the Lord Jesus Christ.
And that's good right there. So 2 precepts proving Jews to be in Italy during the time of the apostles. So already we're seeing just because Cornelius is an officer in the army, part of the Italian band, does not designate that he's a birth Italian, a descendant of the Romans, who are the Romans. That was the Edomite Empire, and yeah, just being part of that army, the Italian band, doesn't designate your nationality by blood of being an Italian or a Roman. Okay? Y'all understand? So now back to Acts chapter 10, verse 2. Go ahead. Wait. Matter of fact. No, one more for where Jews in Rome. So they was in Italy. That was the first point. Where they were in Rome. That was why we went to Romans 1:7. And we got one more verse before we go to chapter 2. 2 Maccabees chapter 8, verse 10 and 11. 2 Maccabees chapter 8, verse 10 and 11. So we showed there's Jews in Italy. We also I think I'm misspeaking. We showed both Italy and Rome. But one more is showing Jews to be in Rome, which is in Italy. So I said, what chapter?
You said 10, you said 8, verse
chapter
10 and 11.
8, verse 10 and 11. Go ahead.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 8, verse 10. So Nicanor undertook to make so much money of the captive Jews.
Go ahead.
As they should defray money.
No. As should defray
the tribute of 2,000 talents, which the king was paid to the Romans.
Go ahead.
Wherefore, immediately he sent to the cities upon the seacoast, proclaiming a sale of captive Jews, and promising that they should have 80 bodies for 1 talent, not expecting the vengeance.
What verse is that?
I'm at 11. I'm sorry, the word's kind of small. It's dark
You can go over there in front where you can see better.
Oh, there you go.
Wherefore immediately sent the cities upon the seacoast, proclaiming the sale of the captive Jews, promising that they should have 80 bodies for 1 talent, not expecting the vengeance that was to follow upon him from the Almighty Yahweh. So he was selling the Jews to the Romans, and other nations, and also in the catacombs of Rome. If you look it up online, they were able to find in the catacombs of Italy, of Rome, these images of the Jews and different Bible stories. In the catacombs. Oh, here's my good shepherd. There we go. Yeah, so this is one of Yahweh Shai, depicted as a black man. That's called the Good Shepherd. Found underneath the city of Rome in what's called the catacombs. And who would be painting these pictures other than Jews? The Romans wouldn't have a reason to paint pictures of Israelites from different Bible histories. Here's the one. All these different paintings found in the catacombs of Rome, of Italy. And these don't look like Romans to me. So who would be painting these? So we showed that through scriptures, the Jews would be in Rome. And you can go look it up. The catacombs, they got books on it showing all the different Bible histories. Painted on the catacombs were like underground tunnels in ancient Rome, which is where the Jews would be hiding during persecution in Rome. So back to the reading. So 2 Maccabees, Nicanor selling Jews to the Romans to pay the Romans. Other verses, Jews in Italy coming back. So yeah, just being labeled an Italian doesn't make you a Edomite or a Roman, however you want to label it, by birth, by blood. Because even Paul, he said, "I'm a Roman." Paul claimed to be a Roman, and then let his let us know he's of Israelite of the tribe of Benjamin. So that doesn't mean he's an Italian. Next verse, chapter 10, Acts 10, verse 2.
A devout man and one that feared Yahweh.
So he was called a devout man, one that feared Yahweh.
With all his house.
So real quick question. Who was Yahweh the God of? Israel. Who did he reveal himself to? The Israelites. Do we read him revealing or being the God of any other nation? So this is a devout man that fears God with all his house. Go ahead.
Which gave him much
alms.
Which gave much alms to the people and prayed Yahweh away.
And prayed to Yahweh always, meaning all the time. So first, let's deal with. So he was called a devout man. Go to Acts 22, verse 12. Because these little details are important and help show who this man was, what people he was a part of. So Acts 22 and 12.
Look at Acts chapter 22, verse 12.
I'm going to go into what it means to be considered a devout man. Go ahead.
And one Ananian.
And one Ananias. And one Ananias.
A devout man, according to the law, having a good report of all Jews.
So nations the law All right, we're back. Lock it for the interruption. Most High willing, the signal's better, the sound is better, uh, and the picture's better. So we was at the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 38. That's where we're going to pick back up, dealing with Cornelius being called devout man. He was devout. Now also more on the law and being tied in with devout. Read that out.
Establish thy word unto thy servant, who is devoted to thy fear.
So establish thy word, thy servant, who is what?
Devoted to thy fear.
Devoted to thy fear. Devout is what? Devout means you're devoted. And he said, establish what? Thy word, meaning thy law. To David, that he's saying, he's asking the Most High to establish that word to him because he's devoted to his fear. So he's devoted to the law. He's devout, meaning he's a follower of the laws of God and walking in the Most High's ways. So also, Northern Kingdom was cut off for idolatry. And did any still keep the law that was of the Northern Kingdom? Because the Northern Kingdom was cut off. And they became what when they were cut off? Huh? They became Gentiles. When you get cut, when the Most High cuts you off, you become Gentiles. He cut them off as a punishment. And that's when the Northern Kingdom, your Ephraim's, your Issachar, your Asher, your Zebulun, your Naphtali, your Gad, your Reuben, your Simeons, your probably forget one, but either way, that's the Northern Kingdom. They was cut off, they became Gentiles. And the question, like I said, did any still keep the law, even though they were cut off in Gentiles? And the answer is yes. So we're going to go to Tobit chapter 1, verse 3.
You said verse 3?
Yep.
The book of Tobit, chapter 1, verse 3. I, Tobit, have walked all the days of my life in the way of truth and justice.
Mm-hmm.
I did many many.
You did many. What verse is that? 3?
Yeah.
Walked all the days of my life in the way of truth, which is what? The law and justice goes back to the law. And I did many alms deeds.
Alms deeds.
Mm-hmm.
To my brother.
Who else did alms deeds? Cornelius. We already read that back in Acts chapter 10. So also Tobit, he's doing alms deeds to who?
My brethren.
Uh-huh. And what? And my nation.
Yes, sir.
Why would Cornelius be of another nation doing alms deeds to the Jews? That wouldn't make sense, would it? Because if you know anything about the history, the Romans were in Israel because they was an invading enemy to the Jews. So why would the enemy be doing alms deeds to the people that they're taking over? Anybody know? They wouldn't. They wouldn't. And why don't you come sit up here? I don't know why you're back there. Come sit up close. So we also see Tobit while he's in captivity to the Assyrians and Northern Kingdom is kicked out and they're Gentiles. He's still walking in the ways of truth, the law, and doing alms deeds to his nation. Go ahead.
Who came with me to Nineveh into the land of the Assyrians.
Into the land of the Assyrians. Drop to verse 6.
But I alone
Start 5 and 6.
Now all the tribes which together revolted, and the house of my father Naphtali sacrificed unto Heifer
the heifer Baal. So they was doing idolatry. They was worshiping Baal. And in turn, because they was worshiping Baal and not worshiping the Most High, Yahweh, he cut them off, making them Gentiles. Same thing happened with the Jews, the southern kingdom, who they followed the ways of the Greeks. They became Gentiles. So both Jews and Greeks became Gentiles, right? Jews and Israelites were found in Rome. They were living in Italy. They was living in Assyria. They were living in all these different lands outside of Israel. And some of them would still keep the laws of the Most High. Go ahead, keep reading.
I alone went often to Jerusalem at the feasts.
So even though he's scattered in another land, Tobit would still come back to Jerusalem. See that? Go ahead.
As it was ordained unto the people all of Israel by everlasting degree.
It was ordained to who? The people of Israel, just like the giving the alms, the keeping the law, all ordained to Israel. Those who would be devoted to the law would be Israelites. Like I said, this Bible, everybody couldn't get their hands on it back in these days. So where you go, and it don't matter if you run into white folks, Chinese people, Arabs, everybody might have a copy of the Bible at home, the laws of God. It wasn't so back in these days. The Romans didn't have the Torah. They didn't have the Word of God. They didn't know the Most High Yahweh. Okay, go ahead.
Having the first fruits and tenths of increase with that which was the firstborn, and then them gave I all the altar to the priest of the children of Aaron. So
just showing some people, even though now that they've been made Gentiles, there was select few that still kept the customs and the laws of the Most High while being considered Gentiles to Yahweh. Okay? Like I said before, go back to the question, who were the laws given to? So being a devout man means being devoted to the laws of the Most High, right? Who were the laws given to? We already touched on it, but for those that may be tuning in and may be new or come across this video later, we're going to go to it. So Psalms chapter 147, verse 19. Yeah, Psalms 147, verse 19. Once again, to see who were the laws of the Most High given to. Because as we read, this Cornelius is a devoted man, a devout man, according to the law, with a good report of all the Jews. Who were these laws given to? You can go ahead.
Book of Psalms, the 147.
Wait. No, I didn't get there. Thought I hit the button. Yes, I did. Psalm 147, verse 18. Go ahead.
He sheweth his sword unto Jacob. He showeth his sword unto Jacob.
Sword?
Oh, his word. I always.
It is the sword, but he showeth his word unto Jacob. Go ahead.
his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
So he shows his word, his statutes and judgments, his law to who? 147 verse 19. Who's he show his word and laws to? Jacob, to Israel. Pay attention. Verse 20.
I ain't finished.
Go ahead.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Mm-hmm.
He hath not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh.
So he hasn't dealt so with any other nation, and they haven't known his judgments or his word. Praise ye Yahweh. So how would this Italian, who's not an Israelite, how would he be devout according to the laws of the Most High when nobody else was giving them, and the other nations, they haven't known them? Right? Y'all see that? Pretty simple and plain, ain't it? So now let's go back to Acts chapter 10, verse 3 to 9. Acts chapter 10, verse 3 to 9. You go ahead when you're ready.
He saw in a vision eventually about the 9th hour of the day.
So Cornelius saw in a vision evidently about the 9th hour of the day. That's probably around 6 o'clock, 9th hour of the day. All right.
An angel of Yahweh coming into him, saying unto him, Cornelius. And when he looked on him, he was afraid and said, What is it, Lord? And said unto him, The prayers of thine alms are come up from the memorial before Yahweh. And now send men to Joppa.
So he said, first off, these are some points we're going to touch on. He said, he was talking to an angel, and the angel said, Your prayers and your alms are come up for a memorial before Yahweh. And now send men to Joppa, which is in Israel. Go ahead.
And call for one Simon, whose surname is Peter.
Mm-hmm.
He lodged.
Meaning he's staying with, this is where he's living or residing at the time. Go ahead.
With Simeon,
Simon, a tanner. So you got Simon, Peter, and Simon, who's a tanner, which I believe that just a job dealing with working with leathers, I think. But nonetheless, go ahead.
Whose house is by the seaside.
Mm-hmm.
He shall tell thee what thou oughtest to do.
Mm-hmm.
And when the angel spake unto Cornelius was departed, he called two of his household servants, and a devout soldier of them that waited on him continually. And when he had declared all these things unto him, he sent them to Joppa. One on the morrow, as they went their journey, they drew nigh unto the city.
Yeah.
Peter went up upon the housetop to pray.
Right. So, go ahead.
About the 6th hour.
So stop right there. So now, we see that the angel come. Pay attention. The angel come to Cornelius, let him know your prayers have and your alms deeds have came up to the Most High for a memorial. So the Most High itself recognized Cornelius' prayers and the good deeds that he did to the nation of Israel, right? So next question. Whose prayers does Yahweh answer? For that, we're going to start by going to Revelation chapter 8, verse 3 to 4.
You said verse 3 to 4 or 2 to 4?
Come on, 3 to 4. Revelation 8, 3 to 4.
The book of Revelation, chapter 8, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Another angel came and stood by the altar, having a gold and censer.
Yep.
And there was given unto him much incense, that he should offer it with the prayers of all the saints upon the
So the angel
altar.
was offered the prayers of all the saints upon the golden altar. Go ahead.
Which was before the throne.
Mm-hmm.
And the smoke of the incense, which came with the prayers of the saints.
So the prayers of who?
Saints.
Go ahead.
Ascended up before Yahweh, out of the angel's hands.
Out of the angel's hands. So the Most High here is the prayers of who?
The saints.
The saints. From there, go to Tobit 12:15.
The book of Tobit, chapter 12, verse 15. Mm-hmm. I am Raphael.
Hold on. Go ahead. Tobit 12:15. Go ahead.
I am Raphael.
I am Raphael.
One of the 7 holy angels.
Uh-huh.
Which present the prayers.
Which present the prayers. So Raphael presents the prayers.
Of the saints.
Of who?
Of the saints.
Go ahead.
In which go in out before the glory of the Holy One.
So whose prayers get presented to the Most High?
The saints.
Whose prayers does the Most High hear?
The saints.
The saints. Psalm 148:14. I mentioned it earlier.
Verse
14.
The book of Psalms, chapter 148, verse 14. He also exalteth the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel.
Even of who?
The children of Israel.
Who's his saints? But did you hear what was said? Read it again, Niall.
He also exalteth the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints.
So
even of the children of Israel.
Are who? Children of Israel. That's right. Go ahead.
A people near unto him, praise ye Yahweh.
One more, Psalms 50:5. So we saw. So we see the angels take to the Most High, and the Most High hears the prayers of the saints. And the saints are the children of, 50:5.
The book of Psalms, chapter 150, verse 5.
No, just 50. Regular 50. Verse 5. Yeah, nice and loud if you got it. Loud. Gather my saints together unto me. Go ahead. Those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. Who made a covenant with the Most High by sacrifice? Who's in covenant with the Most High?
Israel.
Israel. So his saints are Israel. Whose prayers go before the Most High? Whose prayers do the angels take before to the Most High? The saints who are Israel. Cornelius's prayers his prayers and alms deeds were taken notice of by the Most High. Can we find anybody else, prayers being taken to the Most High by the angels or the Most High hearing? Got $100? Nobody? Nah, but one more, then we're gonna go back to Acts. The classic Amos 3 and 2. So we see whose prayers go before the Most High. We see it's the saints who are the Israelites multiple times. Can't find anywhere where we see the Edomites' prayers going before the Most High, the Moabites' prayers going before the Most High, any other ites' prayers going before the Most High but Israel. But we do see the Most High say something pretty definite about who he knows from out of his own mouth. Amos 3 and 1 to 2. Amos 3, 1 to 2. Go ahead.
Hear this word that the Lord had spoken against you.
Hear the word that Most High spoke against you. Go ahead.
O children of Israel.
O children of Israel. So he's speaking to the Israelites. Go ahead.
Against the word
a whole family,
which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying.
From the land of Egypt, saying to the Israelites. Go ahead, verse 2.
Only
you only
have I known of all the families of the earth.
You only have I known of all. I'm going to need you to read out. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Now, these wicked liars in Christianity, the damn devil Esau, try to bypass this as much as they want, but you can't get around it. Speaking to Israel, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. The angels, we already read, they take the prayers of the saints to the Most High. The saints are the children of Israel. The Most High doesn't know any other families but Israel. So what's it looking like for Cornelius so far? It's looking like his nation is of who? Huh? It's looking like he's an Israelite. He's devout to the law. He's devoted to the law. The law was given to Israel. His prayers have came up before the Most High. His alms deeds to the nation of Israel. Tobit's giving alms to his nation. Everybody else on the planet, 99.9% give alms to their people. He has a good name with the Jews because of his alms deeds to the Jews. It's all leading back to who? Being a part of what nation? Who? What nation? Huh? I just said it. It's all leading back to him being a part of the Israelites. That's what we're linking up. Because we're trying to find out, is this guy of a heathen nation? Because it says he's an Italian. Or is he a part of the Israelite nation? So we already went to who's the saints. Now we're going to go back to Acts chapter 10. 10 verse 10. Now this part we're about to read, before I read it, I'll probably read this. But before I read it, what we're about to read here is one of Pastor Popechop's favorite verses. This is one of Christianity's favorite verses to say, we can eat pork at the cookout. We can eat crabs. We can have the seafood boils at the family reunion. All unclean foods was made clean. Acts chapter 10, verse 10 on down. That's what we're about to read. So this is going to also go into showing who Cornelius is, but we're also going to break it down and show that this is not saying that now the dietary law is done away with because Christ made everything, all meats clean. That's the lie that we're going to prove to be wrong. Okay? So Acts chapter 10, verse 10. And I'll go back to 9. So who's it's about. So on the morrow, as they went on their journey and drew nigh unto the city, Peter went up upon the house to pray about the 6th hour. Okay, so now we're dealing with Peter. Cornelius sent his men to go fetch Peter because the angel told him to. So now it's dealing with Peter, right? Read verse 10. Acts 10 and 10. So Peter went up to the house to pray about the 6th hour.
Look at Acts 10, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
And he became very hungry.
So he became hungry.
And would have eaten.
But
while they made ready.
Wait, but while what?
But while they made ready.
So real quick, before you go on, yes, Peter became hungry while he was about to pray and would have eaten. But while they made ready, meaning what? What were they making ready? Huh? No. The pork? No. You're confusing something that I told you. We're going to prove that this isn't talking about pork. Christians, the pastors in Christianity, they use this to try and convince us that you can eat pork. We're going to prove that it's not talking about pork being okay. Okay, so Peter's about to pray, and he's very hungry, and he would have eaten. But while they made ready, he fell into a trance. What do you think they were making ready?
Beef.
Food. They were making food ready, right? But he fell into a trance. So he wasn't hungry and there wasn't no food around, and now he's got to go find it. Keep that in mind. He's hungry, would have eaten. They're making the food ready. Whoever's at the house. During this time, he falls into a trance. Go ahead.
And saw heaven open and a current vessel descending.
Wait, real quick. What's a trance? Before we go next verse. So he fell into a trance. What's the trance? Go to Numbers 24:16. I'm going to show you what a trance is. So while he's eating, they're making ready, he would have eaten, he falls into a trance. was a trance. Numbers 24:16. Go ahead.
Book of Numbers, chapter 24, verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
He hath said, which heard the words of Yahweh, and knew the all knowledge of the Most High, which saw the vision of the Almighty, falling into a trance,
Mm-hmm.
but having his eyes open.
So he saw a vision of. This is Balaam speaking. Balaam saw a vision of the Almighty while falling into a trance. So a trance is what? And having his eyes open. A trance is what? A trance is when the Most High basically pauses everything going on around you in your world and reveals to you a vision. Okay? That's a trance. Now, let's go back to Acts 10:11. In fact, before we do that, what is a vision? What is a vision? Or what happens in visions when the Most High reveals something to you by vision? Let's go to Sirach 34:3. All right, Sirach 34:3. To get some detail in, we're going to go here to get a little detail into what's going on when the Most High reveals things to you through a vision. And what did I say? 3?
34 and 3.
Go ahead.
The book of Sirach, 34, verse 3.
Uh-huh.
The vision of the dreams is the resemblance of the one thing to another.
Okay, so the vision of dreams is the what? Resemblance of one thing to another. Go ahead.
Even as the likeness of the face to face.
Even as the likeness of a face to a face. So it's just a resemblance of something else, of one thing to another, right? And Peter's falling into a trance. Hosea 12:10. Now watch this. There's more. So now these resemblance one thing to another, we're going to go to Hosea to show in these visions, does he reveal things as identical as they are? These resemblances one thing to another, right? What did I say? Hosea 12:10. Go ahead.
So Hosea 10, right?
12:10.
Book of Hosea, chapter 12, verse 10. I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have held multiple visions.
I have multiplied visions. Go ahead.
Multiplied visions.
And
use similarities.
And use what?
Similitudes.
Yeah.
By the missionary of the prophets.
By the ministry of the prophets. So Peter's going into a trance, and during the trance, the Most High reveals visions. In these visions, he gives you the resemblance of one thing to another. In the by similitudes. What's a similitude? Similitude is something that's not exact, is the way. Like for example, in a similitude, to show that I might a similitude, to show a similitude, to show that the Most High is showing is showing you favor, right? You might see a vision of the sun shining down on you brighter than it's ever been before. It's a similitude. So when you wake up, it's not going to be the hottest day of your life, or you're going to need the darkest sunglasses you got. That dream was the Most High letting you know that he's going to show favor on you today. You see that? So while we're going there is to show that this dream that Peter's about to have isn't necessarily going to be exactly what the way it's written isn't going to be exactly what the message is. And we'll get to that. It's going to be a similitude. That's the point. So Hosea, Slagi. Let's go back to Acts. Another thing, so like you might have a dream and the sun goes dark and the moon goes dark. And then you wake up, right? And then maybe maybe that could symbolize that he's taken his word from the earth again. So the sun and the moon were in the dream. They symbolize his wisdom and knowledge, right? So when you wake up from the dream, the actual sun and the moon aren't going to go dark. But soon, like the Bible is going to be hard to come by. They might start burning the Bibles again. And he has showed you that he's going to take his knowledge from the earth by that dream that was a similitude. So back to Acts chapter 10. I think we're 11. Right. So Peter fell into a trance in verse 10. Now verse 11.
And he saw heaven open, and a certain vessel descending unto him, as it had been a great sheet.
So he saw, so now he's in this trance, he's receiving this vision. And in the vision, he saw heaven open, right? Basically this dream, okay? He saw heaven open, go ahead. A certain vessel descending upon him, right? Go ahead.
At the four corners.
No, read the sheet part again.
A great sheet.
As it had been a great sheet.
Yeah, at the four corners and let down to the earth. Stop
right there. So he saw a vessel that's like a great sheep. This is how he's describing this vessel that came from heaven, right? Knitted the four corners and let down to the earth. So what is a vessel? Hosea 8:8. Like I said, we're going to go point for point. This might be a two-part class. But now what we're going to do is we're going to dissect this vision that Peter's having as we go to see if it's saying anything about actual unclean animals. That's why we're dissecting it point by point like this. So Hosea 8:8. Go ahead.
Because Hosea chapter 8, verse 8, Israel is swallowed up. Now
Israel is swallowed up. Go ahead.
Now shall there be among the Gentiles.
So Israel's among the Gentiles. We talked about that earlier, right? Israel being Gentiles. Now remember that? We talked about it earlier. So Israel swallowed up. They'd be among the Gentiles. Go ahead.
As a vessel wherein is no pleasure.
Hey, see that? The dream, he saw a vessel coming down from the sky, right? We just read Israel swallowed up among the Gentiles as a vessel wherein is no pleasure. So Israel is being compared to a what? A vessel. These visions are sent, and the Most High in these visions uses what? Similitudes. Israel being a vessel is a similitude. Okay? So in Peter's dream, he sees the vessel falling from the sky. A vessel there is no pleasure in it. Also, definition of a vessel is a hollow container, such as a bowl or cask. But this vessel, he's seen as it were a sheet. So we already got Israel being compared to a vessel. Now we got to deal with this sheet. What does the great sheet represent? The great sheet that's knitted the four corners, right? It represents Israel being scattered to the four corners of the earth. The vessel, Israel. Among the Gentiles, no pleasure. Great sheet, knitted the four corners. This is representing Israel being scattered to the four corners. Okay? Deuteronomy 28:64. Just to show this. Let me get there. Go ahead.
The book of Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy. Chapter 28, verse, you said 64.
Yep.
And Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people.
So Yahweh said as a punishment for Israel's disobedience, for Israel becoming a vessel of no pleasure, he would scatter them, go ahead, among all people. Go ahead.
From the one end of the earth, even unto the other.
You hear that? From the one end of the earth, even to the other. Go ahead.
And there shalt thou serve other gods,
Mm-hmm.
which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
So he said he would scatter Israel from one end of the earth to the other. Now go to Deuteronomy 32:26. Go ahead.
Look at the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 26. I said, I will scatter them into corners.
Into what?
Into corners.
So the vessel, great sheet, 4 corners. Over the last verse, he says, scatter Israel to the ends of the earth. Here, scatter them into corners. Revelation 7 says, hold the winds from the 4 corners of the earth till the Most High seals his disciples, which are Israel. Right? This is what this great sheet represents. And the vessel being Israel. Scattered to the 4 corners. This is what the similitude is representing already. It's already going back to Israel. This is tying into Cornelius. But then we're not there yet, but it's also helping show what this dream isn't about. Because so far, this dream is about who? Israel. You got to pay attention. Israel being scattered to the 4 corners. Finish this verse, then we'll go back.
I would make the remembrance of them to cease from among men.
He would make the remembrance of them to cease from among men. What happens when the remembrance of Israel is ceased from among men? They're not calling themselves Israel. They're calling themselves Romans or Greeks or niggers or spics or wetbacks or blacks or Afro-Americans or Corinthians or Ephesians. Okay? So back to Acts. Back to this vision, this dream that Peter's in. We're going to go Acts 10 and 12, 13. Let me get there. We're going back to Acts, chapter 10. Acts 10. I said 10. Acts 10. Acts chapter 10. All right. Verse 12. So now remember, 11, he sees the vessel descending as it had been a great sheet knit at the 4 corners led down to the earth. Israel's a vessel of no pleasure, scattered to the 4 corners of the earth for disobedience. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Verse 12. So the great sheet representing the earth and the 4 corners, go ahead. The vessel being Israel scattered.
Wherein were all manner of 4-footed beasts of the earth, and wild beasts and creeping things, and fowls of the air. And there came a voice to him, rise, Peter, kill and eat.
Okay, hold on. Read 12 again.
Wherein all manner of 4-footed beasts of the earth.
4-footed beasts of the earth.
A wild beast.
And
a creeping thing, and the fowls of the air.
So this is where Israel was scattered to. We already covered the last verse. Vessel, Israel, vessel of no pleasure, scattered 4 corners. That's what the sheet represents. Where in this sheet were all manner of 4-footed beasts of the earth, wild beasts, creeping things, and fowls of the air. Verse 13.
And there came a voice to them, rise, Peter, kill and eat.
So then the voice came and said, rise, Peter, kill and eat. Remember I said, well, Peter fell into the trance and would have eaten. What were whoever was with him doing? They were already making ready. He didn't need to rise and physically go kill anything, did he? If they already making ready the food. There's already food there. So rise, Peter, kill and eat. that wouldn't make sense for it to be literal, for him to go and kill some food, come and then go and eat it. They've already got whatever they're going to eat, and it's being made ready when he fell into the trance. This is all of the, because the dream is a similitude. Already we've covered the verse 11, what that represents. Now in this sheet, the earth where they're scattered, all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth, wild beasts and creeping things and fowls of the air. We got to figure out, what does this represent? Right? Also, what does it represent? Rise, Peter, kill and eat. So first, let's go to Hosea chapter 2, verse 18 to 23.
So,
2,
2 verse 8.
18 to 23.
Book of Hosea, let me read it now.
Yes, sir.
Book of Hosea 2 verse 18. And in that day will I make a covenant for them.
Context, this is Israel. Yeah, I ain't gonna go there. So either way, this book is about Israel. The previous chapter shows you that he's speaking in similitude, because he's comparing Israel to I believe Sodom and Gomorrah. But either way, so start at 17. So the Most High is speaking to Hosea about Israel. Go ahead.
For I will take away the names of
Baalim out of her mouth. Speaking of Israel, because Israel was vessel of no pleasure, scattered among the heathen, the Gentiles, because of what? Not worshiping him. So he's going to, in the future, take the names of Baalim, or the false gods that they were worshiping, out of their mouth. Go ahead.
And they shall no more be remembered by their name. And in that day will I make a covenant for them with the beast and of the field.
With the beast of the field. It's important. We're going into remember, we're breaking down the dream. So scattered and in this blanket, all these manner of beasts and four-footed creatures. Y'all remember?
Yeah.
So we're getting that understanding. So in that day, go ahead.
And with the fowls of the heaven, and with the creeping things on the ground. And I will break the bow and the sword in the battle of the earth, and will make them to lie down safely. And I will better off.
So Israel scattered among these beasts of the field, fowls of heaven, creeping things of the ground. The other nations. He said, I will break the bow and sword. This is when he's returning favor to Israel. And they're scattered in these nations. They're amongst the beasts of the field, the fowls of heaven, the creeping things of the ground. All these nations that's against them, and all these nations that's been put over them, and all these nations that worship other gods, and they've been following. See that? Keep going.
I was at 20, right?
He was at 18, says, I will make them to lie down safely. Number 19.
I will. What does it say?
Betroth thee.
Betroth thee unto me forever. Yeah, I will betroth thee unto me in righteousness, and in judgment, and in loving kindness and merciness,
Mm-hmm.
and even betroth thee unto in faithfulness, and thou shalt know Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass in that day, I will hear saith the Lord.
It will come to pass in that day. I will hear. Go ahead.
Saith the Lord, saith Yahweh,
Mm-hmm.
and I will hear the heavens,
Mm-hmm.
and they shall hear the earth,
Mm-hmm.
and the earth shall hear the corn and the wine and the oil, and they shall hear Jezreel.
Uh-huh.
And I will sow unto me the earth, and I will have mercy upon.
So Israel's been disobedient, a vessel of no pleasure, scattered into the corners amongst the Gentiles, and he's promising amongst the beasts of the field, fowls of heaven, creeping things of the ground. He's promising to return to Israel and bring them back to him. Go ahead. Remember that. Go ahead.
I was at 23.
Use it 23. I will sow her under me in the earth.
And I will have mercy upon her that had not obtained mercy.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say to them, which were not my people,
Uh-huh.
thou art my people,
Mm-hmm.
and they shall say, thou art Yahweh.
So, and it's talking about Israel. Israel was cast off, and the Most High made Israel not his people anymore. See that? But he promises that it come a time where he's going to change that, and then they will be able to say, "Thou art my God. Thou art my people." See that? More on beasts. Ezekiel 34, 8-30. You know what? If you're watching, just mark down Ezekiel 34, 8-30. We ain't gonna read it because what we just read will suffice. But mark down Ezekiel 34, 8-30. You can read that on your own. It's going into the same thing. Now, 2 Ezra 8:29 to show more on beasts. Beasts representing men and not actual beasts all the time. So we already showed this dream is a similitude. So, and we just showed exactly what the dream symbolizes. Now we're going to go into the Most High comparing men to beasts. Beasts isn't always talking about actual animals. If it's in a dream and gives you visions that are similitudes, these beasts represent something else. Remember, the one verse said, dreams are a representation of one thing to another. What did I say? 2 Ezra 8:29. Because Christian pastors, they teach. See that? Peter had the dream, all these different animals, wild beasts, and he told them, rise, kill, and eat. Y'all remember that? I just quick rewind. Right? But we read that Peter already had food getting prepared before the dream. So that wouldn't make sense. But Christians, the pastors, they're going to go and say, see, you can eat any animal. Because the Most High put Peter in this vision, and gave him all these different beasts and said, "Rise, Peter, kill and eat." But we're already seeing the dream representing something. We broke that down. Now, even with the beast, is it actual beast or is that representing something else? Well, it's representing people, like I already said. So go ahead and read that.
The book of Ezra, 2nd Ezra, chapter 8, verse 29. Let it not be thy will to destroy them which have lived like beasts, but to look upon them that have clearly taught thy law.
So this is Ezra pleading to not look on people that have lived like beasts, meaning they didn't keep the laws of the Most High. So this shows that beasts can represent people. And it represents people who are not living according to what? The laws of God. That's what it represents. Also, Psalm 49 and 20. Matter of fact, wait, before you go there, read 8:30. Same book we was just at.
Take thou no indignation at them which are deemed worse than beasts, but love them that away put their trust in the righteous and glory.
So just that I already broke that down. So so I say go where? Psalm 49:20.
You there?
Almost. Need a mouse. I need a computer with Alexa. Then I'll just talk to it. Psalm 49:20. Boom. I go right to it. Zoom in and zoom in. Go ahead. Psalm 49, verse 20.
Book of Psalms 49, verse 20. Man that is in honor and understandeth not is like the beast that perish.
So man that has no understanding of the wisdom of the Most High is like a what?
A beast that perish.
Like a beast that perish. Ecclesiastes 3:18. Matter of fact, skip that. But if you're taking notes, you can write that down. Proves the same point. Now let's go into creeping things. Habakkuk 1:14. Creeping things we're going to break down. We did beasts, now creeping things. Book of Habakkuk. Book of Habakkuk. It's in here. I'll tell you who it's after.
Oh wait, I know what you're talking about.
Habakkuk verse 1:14 to show creeping things. It's after Nahum, right before Zephaniah.
You said
Habakkuk 1, chapter 1, verse 14.
How do you pronounce Habakkuk?
Habakkuk. Or Habakkuk.
Chapter 1, verse 14. And Marcus men.
Let him read
13.
12, then 13.
Verse
12, then 14, I mean.
Art.
But
Art
it's chapter 1, verse 12. Habakkuk. Go ahead.
Art thou not?
My bad. You're right. Go ahead.
Art thou not from everlasting, O Yahweh, mine holy one?
My God, mine holy one. Go ahead.
We shall not die. Thou hast ordained.
Skipping words. Oh Yahweh, thou hast ordained. Go ahead.
Thou ordained for judgment, O mighty Yahweh. Thou hast established them for correction.
Drop to 14.
And markest men as the fishes in the sea,
so
as the creeping things that have no rule over them.
So men can be compared to fishes of the sea and creeping things that have no rule over them. So men that don't have the Most High ruling over them, that do their own pleasure, can be likened to creeping things. Right? Sirach 10:11.
The book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 11. For when a man is dead, he shall inherit creeping things, beasts,
when a
and
man
worms.
is dead, he shall inherit what?
Creeping things, beasts, and worms.
Beasts and worms.
God.
Israel amongst the Gentiles was what? Israel cast off from the Most High amongst in captivity amongst the Gentiles are what?
Beasts.
They're dead men.
Sorry.
Remember the Valley of the Dry Bones? You might not know that one yet.
I've read part of it.
Right, Valley of the Dry Bones. Speaking of men, speaking of Israel in the captivities. So dead men will inherit creeping things, beasts and worms. 2 Ezra 4:24. And what does that mean? Represent for the point, dead men inheriting beasts and worms. Israel inheriting beasts and worms and creeping things. Israel in these captivities are the walking dead. Inheriting creeping things, they're just like the other nations they're around about them, which are likened to creeping things. See that?
Yeah.
2 Ezra 4:24.
Okay, 2 Ezra 4, verse 24. And we pass not out the
And we pass
world.
away out of the world.
We pass away out of the world as grasshoppers.
Grasshoppers are what? Creeping things.
Oh, creeping?
Creeping things. And this is Ezra speaking of men. We pass out of the world as grasshoppers. Go ahead.
And our life is astonishment and fear. And we are not worthy to obtain mercy.
We be in this world scattered amongst the Gentiles, unworthy to obtain mercy. See that? And that's the condition Israel was in during this time. Fouls. Go to Jeremiah 5:27.
What is it?
Jeremiah 5:27. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 5, verse 27. As a cage is full of birds, so are the houses of full descent.
So the house is full of deceit.
Deceits.
Therefore
are become great and waxen rich. They are waxen fat. They shine, They overpass the deeds of the wicked.
Of who?
Of the wicked.
Israel's in these lands overpassing the deeds of the wicked. Go ahead.
They judge not.
As a cage full of birds.
They judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper, and the right of the needy do not they judge.
Ezekiel 17:23. Verse 23. Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 17, verse 23. In the mountain of the height of Israel will I plant it, and it shall bring forth bulbs and bear fruit, and be a godly cedar. Under it shall dwell a fowl of every wing. In the shadow of the branches thereof shall they dwell.
See, this is talking about people. This is talking about people. If I start 22.
Thus saith Yahweh, I will also take off the highest branch of the high cedar, and it will set. I will crop it off from the top of his young twigs and tender them, and will plant it upon the high mountain and at the immense.
Yeah, down to 24.
In the mountain of the height of Israel will I plant it, and shall bring forth bogs and bear fruit, and be a godly cedar. Under it shall dwell all fowl of every wing. In the shadow of the branches thereof shall they dwell.
This is talking about, this tree is a similitude too. Talking about establishing back Israel to eminence again. Okay? To dominion again. And every fowl of every wing would dwell under that tree. That's talking about different peoples. See that? But it's using fowls as the similitude. See? Go ahead, verse 24.
And all the trees of the field shall know that I, Yahweh, have brought down the high tree, and have exalted the low tree, have dried up the green tree, and have made the dry one to flourish. The I, Yahweh, have spoken and have done it.
Job 39:13-17. While we getting that, if you're taking notes, which you should be, you definitely should be taking notes, not just watching and flipping through your Bible. Also add Psalm 102, verse 6-7, and Hosea 7, verse 12, because we're going to move along after this.
Say Job
39:17. I mean 11. It's like 39:11. Wait. 13-17. My fault. Oh my God. No, I want not able to read right now.
The book of Job, 39, verse, you said 13?
13.
Gavest thou the godly wings unto the peacocks, or wings and featherless unto the ostrich? And leaveth her egg in the
Which
earth.
leaveth?
Which leaveth her egg in earth, and warmeth them in dust, and forgiveth that the foot may crush them, or that the wild beast may break them. She is hardened against her young ones. As thou they were not hers, her labor is vain without fear. Because Yahweh hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding.
Well, this is showing that the fowls also represent, once again, people deprived. We already showed represent people. They also represented people deprived of wisdom and understanding. Exactly where Israel would be, what condition they would be in themselves. Okay? Uh, Also, more for beasts. Put down in your notes also for beasts, Job 18:3, Hosea 4:3, um, Job 35:11, Psalm 73 to 22. All right. Now go back to Acts chapter 10, 13, real quick.
The book of Acts, 10, verse 13.
Well, the one says killing, rise Peter killing. Read that again, real quick.
Let me read the whole verse.
Just the rise Peter killing eat verse.
Rise, Peter, kill and eat.
Well, that verse. Yeah.
And there came a voice to him, rise, Peter, kill and eat.
So after this dream, which we just broke down, right? A voice came to him and said, rise, Peter, kill and eat. What does rise, Peter, kill and eat represent? Jeremiah 15:16 for the answer. Because we already established it wouldn't make sense for it to be go find some animals and kill the animals so that you can eat. They're already making ready. We broke down the dream. We see it's not really talking about actual animals, right? I think we sufficiently proved that. And he tells him, rise, Peter, kill and eat. Where am I at?
Jeremiah 33.
Jeremiah what?
33.
Nah. You don't know where we're at? 15:16. Mm-hmm.
Book of Jeremiah, verse 15, verse.
So rise, Peter,
15.
kill and eat. That's symbolic as well. Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Thy words were found, and I did eat them.
Thy words were found, and Jeremiah did what?
And I did eat them. 15,
16. Anyway, just pay attention. Don't worry about it. Right. Thy words were found, and I did eat. Peter was told, rise, kill and eat. Jeremiah said the Most High's words were found, and he did eat. What do you think that means when it says that?
He took in the knowledge of the words.
That's right. He got the understanding. So Peter's being told to rise, kill, and eat, meaning soak this in and get the understanding of it. Keep reading that. Finish that verse.
And thy words were unto me the joy and rejoice of mine heart. For I am called by thy name, O Yahweh,
God of hosts. And go to 2 Ezra 8:4. Go ahead.
With the second Ezra,
Start at 3.
Okay, chapter 8, verse 3. There be many created, but few shall be saved. So I answered, and I said, swallow then down, O my soul, understanding, and devour wisdom.
So Ezra said that he wanted to swallow down understanding and devour wisdom. So rise, Peter, kill, and eat means what? Yeah, rise, Peter, kill, and eat means what? Get the understanding of this message that I'm sending you by a vision that's similar to. Rise, Peter, kill, and eat means chew on this. Spiritually, right? Take it in. Mold it out in your brain. Get the understanding of it. Okay? Remember it, understand, try to break down what the different similitudes mean, like we just did, right? That's what rise, Peter, kill, and eat means. Not actually go slaughter an animal, cut it up, throw it on the grill, fix your plate. They were already doing that before he even fell into trance, right? Now let's go back to Acts 10:14. Now, so Pastor Porkchop, he was wrong. But this dream does tie into the other topic, who's Cornelius. So everything we brought out about the breakdown of the dream, it representing Israel, that ties back into the other topic of who is Cornelius. All right? Where we at?
You said Acts 10:14.
All right.
But Peter said, no, not slightly. But Peter said, not so, Yahweh.
So even after being told to kill and eat, at first he's like thinking it's literal. And Peter says, not so. Go ahead.
For I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean.
Mm-hmm.
And the voice.
So what? He never ate anything common or unclean, meaning what? Peter, who's an apostle of Christ, learned directly from Christ, keeps what law?
Law of Moses.
Specific law.
The dietary law.
The dietary law. Even after learning from Christ directly. Meaning what? What must Christ not have been teaching Peter? To break it, yeah. Go ahead. Verse 15.
And the voice spake unto him and said again, the second time, what Yahweh hath cleansed, that call not thou common.
Call not thou common. So, what's this talking about? And what was cleansed? Let's start with Isaiah 28:8. So he said, Peter obviously is like, nah, you can't be talking about breaking the dietary law. We've brought out and came to understanding he wasn't telling them to break it. He was telling them to get the understanding of the vision, the message he was trying to give them through similitude, right? So now he's trying to give them the understanding further, but he still got to figure it out. He says, He said, "What God hath cleansed, that not call not thou common." So the pastors, they say, "Oh, see, he cleansed unclean animals." We already broke that down. So now we're figuring out, once again, what is he talking about? If he wasn't saying, "I've cleansed unclean animals," and now you don't got to keep the dietary law, we got to figure out, well, what's the Most High talking about? So where are we at?
Isaiah chapter 28, verse 8. For all the tables.
Hold on. Go ahead.
For all the tables are full of vomit and filthiness, so that there is no place clean.
Start at 7, 8. This is talking about Israel. So go ahead. Verse 7.
But they also have erred through wine, and though strong drink are out of the way. The priest and the prophet have erred all of the way through strong drink that err in vision. They stumble in judgment, for all tables are full of vomit and filthiness, so that there is no place clean.
So, what's this showing? What's this show?
That he wasn't telling him to break the dietary.
But what does this show? It shows that by erring and going off and not keeping the commandments, you are unclean, like a table full of vomit and filthiness. Right. And even the priests and prophets fall into this estate. It's showing that Israel's in this estate. Now these men that were supposed to be above all this wickedness is in this estate. And it's like there's no place clean. All Israel went off. That's what that's explaining. And they are what? Unclean. And like beasts. See that? Also go, what was cleansed? Isaiah 64:6 and Hosea 6:10. So he said, "Call not thou common or unclean what I have cleansed." Right? You see, Israel is unclean, full of vomit, like tables full of vomit and filthiness. Right? Where we at again?
Isaiah chapter 28, verse 9.
No. Where did I tell you we're going?
I don't think you was like saying that for me.
Isaiah 64:6. I need a reader. I had to be talking to you too.
Isaiah 64, verse 6. But we are all as unclean thing, and all our righteousness are as filthy rags, and we all do fade as a leaf, and our iniquities like the wind have taken us away.
So we're unclean through what? Through our sins, our iniquities. Hosea 6:10. So if we're unclean and the whole dream matches up point for point with it being about Israel, who God make unclean clean again. In the dream, it said, call not unclean what I've made clean. What do you think he made clean? Israel. Where we at?
Hosea 6:10.
After this verse, we're going to go to one more, showing emphatically Israel being clean, prophesied by the Most High. So read that.
And the pride of Israel testified to
What verse
his face. You said 10.
I said chapter 6, verse 10.
That's where I'm at. 6 verse 10.
Here's 6, verse 10.
Let's stop.
Go ahead.
I have seen a horrible thing in the house of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
There is the whoredom of Ephraim. Israel is defiled.
Israel is defiled. Meaning
Also,
what? Common and unclean. Okay. Now let's see if the Most High prophesied cleaning Israel. Ezekiel 36, 24 to 25. Yakinan Khan, exactly. All this clean, unclean, being called clean again ties into the Gentiles who were Israel being grafted back in. Like we read back in Hosea. Y'all remember that? Yeah. Yep. So, what verse we at?
25. You said 25.
Yeah, I said 24 to 25. Go ahead.
For I will take you from among the heathen.
That sheet, vessel, no pleasure, scattered in four corners. Among the heathen. Remember? Yeah. Go ahead. I will take you. This is when he forgives Israel. This is what he's talking about. Okay? Future tense. Go ahead.
And gather you out of all countries, and will bring you into your own land.
Then what will happen?
Then I will sprinkle clean water upon you.
Wait, you'll do what?
And then I will sprinkle clean water upon you.
And what else?
And ye shall be clean. All your filthiness, and from all your idols, I will cleanse you.
Will I cleanse you?
Will I cleanse you?
So now, what was the Most High talking about when he said, he told Peter, don't call something common or unclean that I've cleansed? Who did he say he was going to cleanse? Israel. Anybody got a prophecy of him cleansing unclean animals? Got $100. Bueller.
Yeah, the book of
Bueller. Nobody. Book of Jasher. Yeah. Nobody. So this dream wasn't talking about taking away the dietary law. He's showing him a vision that he's cleaning Israel. It's been defiled and scattered amongst the heathen. All right. Let's go. So also in the notes, we're not going to read it. You can take down Joel 3:21, Isaiah 4:4, Ezekiel 37:21, Ezekiel 37:20 to 28, all to show him cleaning Israel, or Israel being unclean and needing to be clean. Right? We're not going to read all those verses. They say the same thing. So, like I said, jot them down in your notes, and you'll have them for that verse. Let's go back to Acts chapter 10. So, real quick, because we're going to continue on the lesson, but we've already proved our points. And what were our points that we were proving? It was two main points of this breakdown, Acts chapter 10. Who's Cornelius? Which he is obviously a what? Israelite. Cornelius, you forgot already? The main character in the chapter. Right. So, first point, we've already proven. Emphatic. Cornelius is got to be an Israelite. Did the Most High reveal in a dream to Peter that the dietary law is done away with? He did? He didn't reveal that, right? Did the Most High do away with what we can and can't eat? Did he get rid of it? Do we still have to obey the dietary law? What we can and can't? Yes, we've proven that that's not what he was teaching Peter in the dream, right? Right? Right. The dream was about who? The dream was about Israel being clean from their uncleanness. Right. Right. So yeah, we're going to continue with the reading, but we've already proven the two main points. So now, where did we leave off?
Verse 17.
Shalom, Kwam. You're going to have to rewind. Go watch this video again. If you just tuned in, you missed a lot. But yeah, you can definitely go back, rewind it, watch the replay.
You left at 15.
14, right? 15. All right. So
read
back. Well, but that's what we read. So now pick back up. Go ahead and read 15 again, and then keep going.
And the voice spake unto him again the second time, What God hath cleansed, thou call not thou common.
So who did he cleanse? Israel. Right? Is there a prophecy of him cleansing unclean meat? No, it's not. No, it's not. So go ahead.
This was done thrice, and the vessel was received up again unto heaven. Now while Peter they doubled,
Huh?
right here. Now when Peter
Now while Peter doubted.
In himself was this vision, what vision which he had seen should mean.
So he obviously knows it ain't talking about it's okay to eat pig, shrimp, crab, lobster. But he's doubting, he's trying to figure out, well, what does this dream mean? See that? Okay, go ahead.
Behold, the men which were sent from Cornelius had made inquiry for Simon's house, and stood before the gate, and called and asked whether Simon, which was surnamed Peter, were lodged at. While Peter
lodged there.
So
they remember the beginning of the chapter, they were sent to find Peter. So now they've arrived. He's come out of the dream. He's still trying to figure it out. We've already broke it down. But he's trying to figure out what this dream means. Go ahead.
While Peter thought on the vision, the Spirit said unto him, Behold, 3 men seek thee. Arise therefore, and get thee down, and go with them, doubting nothing, for I have sent them. Then Peter went down to the men which were sent unto him. Then Peter went down to the men which were
sent unto him
from Cornelius, and said, Behold, I am he whom ye seek. Which is the cause?
What?
What is the cause wherefore ye are come.
Mm-hmm. Verse 22.
And they said, Cornelius, the searcher of a just man, and one that feareth Yahweh, and of good report among all the nation of the Jews. He was warned by Yahweh by a holy angel to send for thee to his house, and to hear his words, words of thee.
Right, to hear instruction from Peter, or words from Peter. Go ahead.
Then he called them in and lodged them. And the morrow,
he called them in and lodged them. Right.
And the morrow,
on the morrow,
Peter went away with them, and certain brethren from Joppa accompanied them.
Mm-hmm.
And the morrow after they entered into
Caesarea. Yep.
And Cornelius waited for them, and he had called together his kinsmen and near friends, and was
verse 25.
And Peter was coming in.
As Peter
was coming in, Cornelius met him and fell down at his feet and worshipped him. But Peter took him up, saying, Stand up, I myself am also a man. And he talked with him and went.
And as he talked with him,
he went in and found many were come together. And he said unto them, Ye know how that is an unlawful thing for a man that is Jew to keep company or come unto another nation.
And
but
so it's an unlawful thing for a man that's a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation, Peter's saying to Cornelius. Go ahead.
But Yahweh hath showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean.
So Pastor Pokechop, he's going to say, see, Cornelius is of another nation. But Peter is saying, the Most High showed me I should not call any man common or unclean. We already proved that would be Israel, right? Well, now let's see, is Israel ever called another nation? So Isaiah 66:20, where we'll start. And go ahead, bring it up.
Isaiah 66, verse 20. And they shall bring all your brethren for an offer unto the Yahweh out of all nations upon horses.
Oh, so this talking about when we return, the Gentiles would bring all the brethren for an offering out of all what? Nations. Right. Go ahead.
And in litters upon mules and upon swift beasts to my holy mountain Jerusalem. Said Yahweh, as the children of Israel bring offering is a clean vessel into the house of Yahweh.
Yeah, so when Israel is returned, there'll be a clean vessel again. In other nations, and returning as an unclean vessel and returning as a clean vessel. And prophecy was Israel would be clean from their uncleanness. Hosea 1:6. Actually, you know what? started 3. Hosea 1, 3 to 7. Actually, to 11. The whole chapter. Hosea 1, 3 down.
So you can start at 1 verse 1.
You can start verse 3. That's just telling you he's Hosea. Mosai came to him during what king and whatnot. Start verse 3.
Hosea chapter 1 verse 3. So he went and took Gomer, the daughter.
Go ahead and start 2.
The beginning of the word of Yahweh by Hosea, and the children of whoredoms, for the land hath committed great whoredom, departing from Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
So he went and took Gomer, the daughter of Dibalaam, which conceived and bare him a son. And Yahweh said unto him, Call him Jezreel, for yet a little while, and I will avenge the blood of Jezreel upon the house of Judah, and will cause to cease the kingdom of the house of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass at a day that I will break the bow of Israel in the valley of Jezreel.
Mm-hmm.
And she conceived again and bare a daughter. And Yahweh said unto him, Call her Lahamah, for I will no more have mercy upon the house of Israel,
Mm-hmm.
but I will utterly take them away.
Mm-hmm.
But I will have them by Yahweh, and will not save them by bow, nor by sword, nor by battle, nor by horses, nor by horsemen.
Mm-hmm.
Now she weaned Loharama, she conceived and bare a son. And then Yahweh,
And said Yahweh.
and then said Yahweh, call his name Lo-Ami,
Mm-hmm.
for ye are not my people,
Mm-hmm.
and I will not be Yahweh.
See, he would make Israel not his people anymore. Him not be their God. Go ahead.
Yet the number of children of Israel shall be of the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured or numbered. It is said, which come to pass, that is the place where it said unto
And this
them,
shall come to pass.
Ye are not my people, there it shall be unto them.
In the place where it said, Ye are not my people. If you're not his people, what would you be called by? You'd be called by where you're at. American, Canadian, British, Britain. I'm from Britain, eh? Good day, mate. Yeah. But there it shall be said, go ahead. I got it. There it shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living God. Hosea 2 and 2.
Plead with your mother, plead, for she is not my wife, neither am I her husband. Let her therefore put away her whoredoms out of her sight, and her all her adulteries from between her breasts. Lest I strip her naked and set her as in the day that she was born, and make her as a wilderness, and set her like a dry land, and slay her with thirst, and will not have mercy upon the children, for they be children of whoredoms, for their mother hath played a harlot, she that conceived them hath done shameful. For she said, I will go after my lovers that give me my bread and my water.
Let's get Hosea 9:15. And then we're going to go to Psalms 83. Go ahead.
All their wickedness is in Gilead, for there I hated them for the wickedness of their doings. I will drive them out of mine house.
Mm-hmm.
I will love them no more.
Mm-hmm.
And their princesses are revolted. Ephraim is smitted, their roots is dried up. They shall bear no fruit. Yea, though they bring forth, yet will I slay even the beloved fruit of their womb.
Yep.
My God will cast them away, because they did not hearken unto him, and they shall be wanderers among nations.
Mm-hmm.
Israel is an empty vine.
Read that last part again.
Because they did not hearken
Verse
unto
17.
him, my God will cast them away, because they did not hearken unto him,
Mm-hmm.
and they shall be wanderers among nations.
They would, right, among nations. Going by what? That nation title. Because Israel will be no more. Psalms 83. So Cornelius was of soldier of what?
Of the Italian bands.
Israel would be cast off, not God's people anymore, amongst what?
It's like,
The nations.
said verse 80,
Going by
80.
titles of what? Other nations. Psalms 83. And verse 1 down.
Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still.
We're going to verse 4.
They had too many theories.
Yeah, we're going down to verse 4, I'm saying. After you read 4, don't go no further.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult,
Mm-hmm.
and they have hate thee lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Mm-hmm.
They have come and let us cut them off from being a nation,
Okay.
that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
So if they're not calling themselves Israel, they be calling themselves what?
The nation.
Wherever they're at. Yep. Romans, Greeks. And you read the Maccabees, you see it became unlawful to go by Israel sometime. And they had to call themselves Antiochians or Greeks. Right? Now today, American, like I said, Canadian, British, whatever. So that's what Peter was talking about. Now Ephesians 2:11, when he said it's unlawful to come to one of another nation. Salaki. Before you go there, it was instructed to not deal with Ephraim. All right. So he says it's unlawful to come to one of another nation. Hosea 7:8, 4 and 17. Hosea 4 and 17. When Northern Kingdom went off and they was cut off, it was instructed to leave them alone.
Yeah.
Because when in the Bible does it say to not come unto one of because they're a stranger, another nation? You don't find that. Because it said you can make them your servants. If they're your servants, that means what? You was dealing with them. You had other nations in your house. You had servants. But we see, so Israel would be called by other nations' names, and you can also find the Jews being told to leave Ephraim alone. Where did I say go?
So Hosea 4 and 17.
Almost skipped this one. Read it.
Book of Hosea chapter 4 verse 17. Ephraim is joined to idols. Let him alone. Their drink
Ephraim is
sour.
joined to idols. What?
Let him alone.
Uh-huh.
Their drink is sour. They have committed whoredom continuously. Her rulers with shame do love. Give ye. The wind hath bound her up in her wings, and they shall be ashamed because of their sacrifices.
So Israel, northern kingdom, went into idolatry and was cut off from being a nation. Right?
Yeah.
And Hosea was instructed to leave Ephraim alone because he's joined to idols. See that? And Jews and Samaritans, they didn't have dealings. You read that and let's go there. Because the Samaritan woman was an Israelite too. So, real quick, John chapter 4. Verse 7 to 9. John 4, verse 7 to 9.
John.
So we already see Israel be clean, right? Called by other nations, told to be left alone, right? Just like everything Peter's bringing up. Go ahead.
There cometh a woman of Samaria.
Woman of Samaria, go ahead.
To draw water.
To draw water.
Yahushua saith unto her, give me to drink.
Mm-hmm.
For his disciples were gone away unto the city to buy meat. Then saith the woman of Samaria unto him, how is it thou being a Jew, ask drink of me, which I am the woman of Samaria?
Watch this. Samaria also, by the way, in case anybody doesn't know, Samaria was the capital of the northern kingdom before being cut off. Go ahead.
For the Jews have no dealing with Samaritans.
The Jews have no dealings with who?
Samaritans.
Ephraim is joined to idols. Leave him alone. Right? They wasn't having dealings. Go ahead and prove this is a Israelite. Verse 10.
Yahushua answered and said unto her, if thou knewest the gift of Yahweh, and who it is saith to thee, give me to drink, that wouldst had asked of him, and he would giveth thee living water.
Who's he? So he was going to give the living water to the Samaritan, and she wasn't Israelite? She was Israelite. Because the woman that wasn't Israelite, he called her a dog and told her she could get the crumbs from that fell off the table. Yeah. So Jews and Israelites from Northern Kingdom didn't have dealings. See that? Ephesians 2:11 shows in time past Gentiles. We're not going to read it. Also, in your notes, write down Ezekiel 37, 16 to 19. Hosea 2, 6. I think we read that. Now back to Acts. Acts chapter 10. What verse we last read?
15. Was it?
All right, we're almost nearing the end of this. So where are we at?
We're Acts 10.
What verse?
I can't recall.
So we read 28. 29.
Therefore, I came unto you
So,
without gain.
real quick. Yeah, so we've proven all the points, the whole chapter so far, talking about cleaning Israel, bringing Israel back into the fold, and Cornelius fitting all the traits, all the prophecy of him being an Israelite, and that's what's going on. And nothing about doing away with dietary law. Boom. Go ahead.
Therefore, I came unto you without gainsaying. As soon as I was sent for, I asked thereof. Therefore, for what intent ye have sent for me?
Mm-hmm.
And Cornelius said, 4 days ago I was fasting until this hour, and at the ninth hour I prayed in my house, and behold, a man stood before me in bright clothing, and said, Cornelius, the prayer is heard, and thy alms are had
Mm-hmm.
in remembrance of the sight of Yahweh.
And we proved that the Most High's prayers of the saints get taken to him. And that's the prayers that he hears, the Israelites. Go ahead.
Send therefore to Joppa, and call hither Simon, whose surname is Peter. He lodged in the house of one Simon, a tanner by the seaside, who when he cometh shall speak unto thee immediately. Therefore I sent to thee, and thou hast well done the art to come. Now therefore are we all here present before Yahweh to hear all things that commanded of thee Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
And Peter opened his mouth and said,
Mm-hmm.
Of a truth I perceive that Yahweh is no respecter of persons,
Mm-hmm.
but in every nation he that feareth him and worketh righteousness is accepted with him.
Mm-hmm.
The word which Yahweh sent unto me, the children of Israel, preaching.
The word which Yahweh sent unto who?
The children of Israel, preaching by peace, preaching peace by Yahweh Shai.
Right. So this message is to who?
The children of Israel.
The children of Israel. So Cornelius is a what?
Children of Israel.
Cornelius is a son of Israel. What nation is Cornelius of? You don't know? Bueller. Cornelius is a what?
A son of Israel.
Cornelius is an Israelite. Is the dietary law done away with? Huh? Can't hear you.
No.
No? Kind. Yeah, so both points have been proven. without a doubt. Cornelius is an Israelite. He's not by blood of another nation, like the Pastor Pope Chop teaches. Like you we've proven without a shadow of doubt Cornelius is an Israelite tonight, and that the dietary laws were not done away with, and your wicked Pastor Pope Chop, friendly neighborhood Edomite, was all telling lies and teaching you dog. So I hope this class was edifying. A lot of precepts came out, a lot of information. If you was taking notes, you got, a whole lot more ammo in your sword to break this down and to tear down the lies and defend the gospel as pertains to this point. So I'm going to close out lastly by giving, once again, all praise, glory, and honor Yahweh B'Shem Mashiach Yahushua. Shalom and Kwam Yashalom.